I bring you greetings from our university, Claflin University, a premier, comprehensive university that is nourished by the tradition and the practice of spirituality in all operations. The university was founded in 1869, and it was founded to provide educational opportunity for a people who were in serious need of intellectual training and spiritual support. Our founders were humanitarians and courageous men with vision. These qualities are interwoven into the philosophy of Claflin University. From our earliest days of over 142 years ago, the university has been committed to certain principles. The charter, the original charter, declares not only the academic purpose, but also the ethical responsibility of the university. The charter specifically prohibits discrimination on the basis of race, creed, color, ethnic origin, gender, or religion. In 1869, until today, the values of the university have been capsulized in our very simple motto. That is, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The university's current and more modern value system is articulated in what we call the 5 Claflin guiding principles. The principles state that at the center of everything we do at Claflin is a system of values informing and guiding all policies and programs. These values, expressed through our decisions and actions, are defined by these 5 overarching principles, and I lift up the one that I consider most significant, and the principle that states that our commitment to valuing people. Our value system at the university is also undergirded by our academic programs. For example, our program in philosophy and religion, which serves to prepare leaders of character for the world. Our program in business, that is our School of Business, which has as its theme the triple bottom line. The triple bottom line program, which includes value maximization and accompanied by business ethics and sustainability. And then, of course, the third I will offer up is a very exciting leadership development program that we have at Claflin University. And we call it the Claflin University Visionary Leadership Institute. It's an undergraduate program, very unique program, that prepares students and graduates as visionary leaders who are committed to going out throughout the world and improving human conditions. The institution, as you see, is committed to academic enlightenment, but for the purpose of social justice and service and commitment to the development of humanity. These are the core values that guide the work of our university. At the university, we have integrated spirituality into our operational modus operandi since our very inception. Our mission emphasizes the development of leaders with character who are engaged citizens in their sphere of work and a commitment to uplifting people in all walks of life. In the words of our third president, that is the third president of Claflin University, Dr. Louis M. Dunton, who said, "Train the mind to think, the hand to execute, and the soul to feel." I believe the focus of this conference is well in tune with those of us who serve at Claflin University and others of like mind throughout the world. This theme is timely as globalization and relentless pursuit of profit appears to have narrowed the focus of management to business management, with the decisions being driven by the Machiavellic demand for gain. In a recent televised debate between the aspirants to become the nominee of the Republican Party of the presidency of the United States of America, former Congressman and Speaker Newt Gingrich accused former Governor Mitt Romney of practicing cannibalistic capitalism because he'd garnered more profit for the shareholders by firing the workers and bankrupting the company. Just last week, Governor Romney accused President Barack Obama of crony capitalism for his selective bailout of the United States automobile industry. It is thus appropriate for us to re-examine the paradigm holistically in the spirit of John Wesley. John Wesley, the celebrated preacher and the founder of Methodism, and the great Rishi Swami Vivekananda. On his part, Vivekananda equated work with prayer and noted that worship, as well as all work, are paths of realization. John Wesley railed against the business of slavery by asking the trader, "Are you a man? Then you should have human heart. Is there no such principle as compassion there?" He also preached the following memorable dictum, which says, "Do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, as long as ever you can." Then Peter Drucker, the renowned management guru, notes that as recently as the 1930s, the concept of management was universal, and it applied to the entire gamut of life, to every walk of life. Since then, the world has progressed through three phases in management styles, from the British through the American to the Japanese concept of total quality management, and to the advent of what has been labeled as karma capitalism, or the infusion of spiritualism in management in the manner of Swami Vivekananda, who said that Vedanta has to be implied to the entire spectrum of life. The New Oxford American Dictionary defines spiritual as relating to or affecting the human spirit. Wikipedia presents a more cogent denotation, which says spirituality can refer to an ultimate or an alleged immaterial reality, an inner path enabling a person to discover the essence of his or her being, or the deepest values and meanings by which the most scholarly work on spirituality and management, however, take the perspective of specific religious, for instance, Hindu, Christian, Jewish, or Zen Buddhism. It is appropriate here to frame the issues and values in the manner of Donald McCormick, that are compatible with spirituality but are difficult to integrate into contemporary management. The first of the traits is compassion. And the Bible defines the meaning of compassion in several ways. If we look at Proverbs, the 31st verse, 8th and 9th chapter, it says, "Speak up for those who cannot speak for themselves. Defend the rights of the poor and the needy." And if we were to look further at 1 John, the 3rd chapter, 18th verse, which says, "Dear children, let us not love with words or tongue, but with actions and in truth." Thus we are to be taking action instead of just talking about helping others. Politically in the United States today, the Republican Party, of course, aligns itself with conservative principles, that has co-opted compassionate conservative as a characteristic that they says, and we believe, has many connotations. Since compassion may not be aligned to organizational modes of operation, many managers face challenges in making decisions in line with the company policy that may be in conflict with their religious compass. The second of the traits, in addition to compassion, the second trait is the right profession or appropriate career path. Very important. While the original concept for this stems from Buddhism, the teachings of many spiritual traditions can create spiritual dilemmas for managers that espouse that faith. For example, a devout Muslim manager may face serious internal conflict in working for the wine industry, similar to the dilemma of Hindu or Buddhist manager working for the meat packing industry. In an identical fashion, Catholics who worked for the nuclear industry have been directed by the National Council of Bishops to do serious soul searching before taking on such a position. In fact, several Christian scholars have argued that it may be impossible to be successful in contemporary business and still remain a true Christian. The third of the values that I present is selfless service. Selfless service as might apply to a servant leader. The road of karma, yoga, presents an interesting debate between two diverse approaches, whether one works for himself or herself or for others. Since self-ascension or aggrandizement is one of the ways that leads to success in contemporary society, the challenge for many managers is to see their work as a form of sacrifice. Whether this is possible in this era of workaholics who thrive in a 24/7 work environment is one of the challenges that I expect this forum to tackle. The way out of this predicament is the fourth value that I offer, which is an extension of the third, and that is to consider the work of managing in the manner of Sufis and Zen Buddhists as a form of meditation that enhances spirituality and leads one closer to one's creator. This global coalescing with one's work, whatever the nature of the work is, it is a singular challenge because of the variations according to each faith on the nature of the meditative state and whether some of these states are conclusive or conducive to the engaged and informed work that is expected of managers. The final issue that I will cite has to do with the emphasis on workplace diversity that dominates the current ambiance, particularly in the West, where religious freedom is a fundamental right. How does a manager ensure a workplace where all employees practice and believe in a same version of spirituality with all its applicable nuances without interfering with a very basic right? The issue is further clouded by the encroachment of spiritual and managerial domains and vice versa. The recent furor created by the decision of our President Obama, to require religious agencies that received federal funding to pay for contraceptives as part of their health plan is a prime example of this apparent contradiction. What is the way out of this predicament? How can we arrive at a universal code and integrated paradigm that infuses spirituality in management? The answer may lie in seeking the commonality that undergirds all faiths, the essence that promotes unity and cohesiveness with the divine. In conclusion, I leave you again with words reiterated by John Wesley, which simply say, do all the good you can, by all the means you can, in all the ways you can, in all the places you can, at all the times you can, as long as you ever can. Thanks again for the hospitality and the courtesy extended to me and my colleagues. I wish all of you a very successful and illuminating experience at this very significant international conference. Thank you.